People?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I'm sure she does.
Was that was on the news before that one guy died? The queen and the prince and
What was on the news? You mean the prince getting married?
the princess, yeah.
Yeah. No, it was a prince, not a princess.
And
But now his wife's a princess. I don't know exactly how that works.
And wasn't there? Is there two princes?
He's got a brother.
Is the Queen of England kind of like the president?
Yeah, of England. No, well, they've got a prime minister. That's kind of like the president. They're a monarchy. It's a little hard to explain. You should Google it.
Yeah, the thing is that in most of the books, that's like in medieval times with mythical creatures and everything. The prime minister is usually always the bad guy.
That's funny.
Or it's a supreme advisor.
Yeah.
In two shows in one book, I know the prime minister and supreme advisors are the evil guys.
What books?
Well, one of them, Del Toro Quest, there's actually 8 books in all. And the prime minister, the city of Del, it's like a magical, mythical land. So then there's like always this mist around the palace of Del Toro. And then all they see out there is a beautiful city. But then when the prince's best friend, Jared, I'm not sure why I named that, it's kind of an old book, I think, goes out to the city, it turns out it's like the worst place ever. All the houses are like damaged, and all the people are wearing rags, and all the scraps from the palace are sent to the city for people to eat, and they actually fight, sometimes kill each other just to get food.
Wow. I bet you'd fight for food, huh? I would. I'd throw down for a turkey leg.
The one bad thing is that they're like half eaten or something, or thrown away.
Yeah. Hey, if you're hungry, you're hungry.
Yeah. And the prime minister, whenever the city would send complaints of the kingdom not helping them, it's always the same thing. A note that says, we thank you for the notice. The king or queen will help you later. And then they never help because the letters never go to the king or queens. They always go to the prime minister, who just puts on the royal seal and signs the king or queen's name, and then sends them back, and nothing ever happens. And it's been going on like that for years and years. And then this thing called the Belt of Del Toro, it's like the whole purpose of the story. So then that is something that protects the evil Shadow Lord from attacking the city. And usually, first, the hare wore it all the time, then only wore it like 8 times a year. That was 5, then it was 3, then only special occasions, then only once they became the hare. And then it's their...
The heir?
The what?
Heir? Because you said hair.
Wait, what's they call it when they're like...
H-E-I-R, an heir.
A-T-I-R?
H-E-I-R.
H-E-I-R, yeah, what's it
Heir. The H is silent.
Heir? Yeah, and usually heir of the throne, whenever they become king or queen, they only wear it once, and then they lock it away until they die, and then the next heir of the throne comes, or something like that. So then his friend Jared's thinking, like, what is beyond the city? Because they're forbidden to leave the palace. Because there's this thing called the rule, where it's like, they can't do this, they can't do that, this, that. You may not leave the palace, you cannot go to the city, yada, 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 yada. And it was all set up by the prime administrators.
Prime Minister.
Prime ministers?
Not prime administrators. Hey, Jack, how's practice going?
What?
How's practice going, Jack? Are you thirsty? I'm going to take that as a yes.
You're making so much dust.
They're calling you on the baseball field, dude.
Okay, Jack,
I think it's empty.
Suck the dry. So then, the prime minister, he's been like making everything so the king and queens don't know anything about everything that's happening, and they're really always working for the Shadow Lord. So then, when Jared thinks it's all wrong, he goes to the library to find a book about the Bellator, and he gets all this information about how it was formed and how the first heir of the throne, Aiden, were all the time, but then how
this just keeps going
this
and going.
How then once it was, oh wait, never mind. It goes like this. When the belt was being passed down to the children and the children's children, and children's children of the children, and children's children of the children's children.
I get it.
Okay, so then one time this one guy, he got so fat that the steel cut into his belly.
Ew.
So then the prime minister said that it only had to be worn on special occasions. Then passed down, it was only worn 8 times in their lifetime. Then 5, then 3, then only once they became the heir of the throne. So then when Jared took the book out of the library and tried to show it to an ending to show that he's really supposed to be wearing the belt for all the time. But then the prime minister tricks him.
Minister, not administrator.
But then the prime minister tricks him into thinking his best friend Jared Emden is the king's name. The prime minister tricks Emden that it's really the book he's trying to pull, not a knife, and he says it's a knife. Then the guards try to go after him, but then he just runs and gets out of the palace and goes into this cart with all the scraps of food that people get. What are you doing?
Are you just now realizing I'm recording you?
You're now realizing it.
No, you're realizing it.
Yes, okay, I'll continue on.
Actually, we'll go ahead and end the video here, but you can keep going.
Can I see the video?